Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the setup is way different today, and I haven't uploaded in a little bit. And the reason for that is I have just moved to college. I'm actually a college football kicker, so I've been on a very tight schedule recently, and just haven't really been able to find times or good places to record. Luckily, my friend gave me the studio to record in today, and I'm definitely going to be looking to make more content. This is going to be a Champions League prediction group stage video, and then for the rest of the year, it'll be all USMNT content. I'll definitely try to keep rolling out videos for the World Cup. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So starting off the group stage, we have Group A. First seed in the group is going to be Ajax. Now, Ajax has won the Eredivisie title 4 times in a row now, meaning they've been in the last 4 Champions League. And 2 of those, they've managed to get past the group stage, one falling in the first knockout stage, and the other one, they made it all the way to the semifinals. Now, Ajax has had a very strong start to the season, winning all 5 of their games in the Eredivisie so far, with help from Steven Bergwijn, who they've received from Tottenham, has been a very strong goal scorer for them so far, and are definitely going to need him to keep it up if they want to get out of the group stage. Now, the next team is going to be Liverpool, who have a lot to prove this season, as last year they fell just short in the final to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Now, Liverpool have not had the strongest start to the season this year in the Premier League. In 6 games, they've already dropped points to Crystal Palace, Fulham, Everton, and Manchester United. Now, Liverpool, they lost the likes of Sadio Mane, which is a big loss for them. However, they do have very strong depth. They've signed Nunez, and they definitely will be looking to have another 60-game campaign, trying to go far in all of their cup competitions. The next team is going to be Napoli, who Napoli finished 3rd in the Serie A last season, which punched their ticket to the Champions League for the first time in 3 years. Now, although they've lost Koulibaly to Chelsea, they have been very smart in the transfer window this year. They've got Raspadori from Sassuolo and Ndombele from Tottenham for only $6 million each, whenever their combined market values is upwards of $60 million. So very good signings. They've signed a couple more players too, but those are definitely the big names. They're also sitting first right now in the Serie A through the first 5 games of the season, so they're definitely going to be looking to make a push out of this group stage. The last team in Group A is going to be Rangers from the Scottish League. They finished 2nd in Scotland last year, and they also made it to the Europa League final, but fell just short, meaning that they had to go through the Champions League playoff qualification, where they had to play PSV in the last round. They won 3-2 on aggregate. It was a huge win for them, and so now they will be in the group stage for the first time in 12 years, and will be looking to get out of the group stage for the first time in 17. So here are my group standings. I do think Liverpool is going to end up winning the group. Their team is just by far the strongest on paper, and although they've had a shaky start to the season so far, I do think they'll pull through. Next, I have Napoli. I think Napoli is also on to a good start. Like I said, I like their signings, and I just think on paper they're going to be able to beat Ajax. They have the quality to do it. Ajax is going to finish 3rd for me and go into the Europa League. And then Rangers. Now, I really like this Rangers team. I'm hoping that they can maybe push forward that 3rd place, get Europa League if they can't make it into the knockout stage. However, I just don't think they have the players to be able to do so quite yet. So the next team we have is going to be FC Porto. Now, FC Porto has made 9 out of the last 10 group stages in the Champions League. They've qualified out of the group stage in 6 of those and made it to 3 quarterfinals in that time period. Now, FC Porto won the Portuguese league last year, which has given them a first seed, and they're definitely going to be looking to take advantage of that in this group stage, which you have to think they are one of the favorites to get out of. They've made some summer transfers, and like I said, they're going to be pushing to make it out of the group stage again this year. Now we have the likely favorites of this group in Atletico Madrid, who have now made 10 consecutive group stages in the Champions League, 8 of which they've qualified to the knockout stage, 6 of which they've gone to the quarterfinals, 3 semifinals, and they've made 2 finals, however, have yet to actually win the trophy in that time period. Now, Atletico Madrid is going to be looking for someone to be able to replace the goals that Luis Suarez was able to get for them. They also are currently in 7th place in La Liga, so obviously not the strongest start. However, the season is still very early. The next team is going to be Bayer Leverkusen, who have not been in the Champions League in 3 years and have not managed to qualify out of a group stage in 6. They finished 3rd in the German league last year after finishing behind only Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen. They have signed guys like Hiozak from Spartan Prague and Callum Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea to help booster up their squad. However, they've lost 4 of their first 5 games to start the German campaign and have also been eliminated in the DFB Pokal to a 3rd-tier German side. Rounding off Group B, we have Club Brugge, This is their 10th ever Champions League. However, they have never managed to get out of the group stage. They won the Belgium League last year, which is what qualified them for the tournament this year. This year, however, they've started in third place after 7 games. They have made some summer transfers and have boosted up the depth of their squad, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for them to get out of this group.
So to give my ratings on Group B, I have put Atletico Madrid as the top team. They are just historically very good in the Champions League, as well as probably the most talented team by far in this group. Then I have FC Porto number 2. I think that's a pretty obvious pick. They're definitely better than the 2 teams below them. Club Brugge, I've put in third, maybe a little controversial talent-wise. However, they do have more experience, and Bayer Leverkusen has started very slow to this season.
To start off Group C, we have German giants Bayern Munich. Now, Bayern Munich has only failed to get in the group stage once in the last 25 years of the Champions League. They've spent over $100 million in the summer transfer window. However, they have taken a big hit in Robert Lewandowski, which is going to be hard to get goals like he was able to get for the club. But they still should be one of the favorites to get out of this group. Next, we have the club that Robert Lewandowski has gone to. This is going to be FC Barcelona, who've only failed to qualify for the Champions League once since it was rebranded back in 1992. Now, they've won this tournament 4 times. However, last season was the first time in 20 years that they did not get out of the group stage. They've got a lot of players, like I said, Robert Lewandowski. They've also got Koundé, Rafinha, and Christensen as well. Even though the club is supposed to be in financial debt, they keep signing players. They spent probably one of the highest out of any club this whole summer and are definitely going to be looking to make a better push this season. Now, this is going to be the 5th UCL in a row for Inter Milan. Inter Milan are going to be looking to make the knockout stage for back-to-back times for the first time since the 10-11 and 11-12 seasons. They have brought back Lukaku from Chelsea, who was a huge striker for them a few years back. However, they've started kind of slow in the Serie A this season, currently in 7th place. Last season, they did manage to get 2nd place, only 2 points behind AC Milan. They're definitely going to be looking to push out of a very tough group.
So lastly in this group, I'm going to call them Victoria. I'm not exactly sure how to say it as they are from the Czech Republic, but they did win the Czech Republic League last season, which gave them Champions League qualification playoff hopes, which they miraculously were able to make it through, and now they find themselves in their 4th ever group stage of the Champions League. And the previous times they have never made it out of the group stage, and honestly, they find themselves in a very tough group this year. I don't think they have much of a shot to get through. The only thing they really have to look forward to is the quality of the teams that they're going to be going up against. I'm sure a lot of the guys would never think that they're playing against some of these world-class players that they'll get to play against. So here is my Group C. I think this is going to be the shocking one. I wanted to go bold, and this is my very bold group. I have put Bayern Munich as number 3, as a lot of y'all probably see already. So it's just because Robert Lewandowski has gone, and if they have players who aren't in form come the time of this Champions League group stage, I think they're going to struggle. You got to have a goal scorer, and it's just something about Inter Milan having Lukaku back, Barcelona now having Robert Lewandowski. They didn't do great in the Champions League last season, and now they're going to really push, I think, to do even better this year, especially after making all the signings that they have. Barcelona to win the group. I think Inter Milan is going to shock a lot of people. They're going to get 2nd place. Bayern Munich is going to drop to the Europa League, and then Victoria is obviously going to get last. There's no debate on that one.
Starting off Group D, we have Frankfurt. Frankfurt, this is going to be their first ever Champions League after they won the Europa League last season. And in the German league, they only finished in 11th place while they went on to win the Europa League. Now they've gotten some Europa League money, some Champions League money, but they still haven't really improved the squad. Right now in the German league, they're 10th. Although they're a first seed in this group, I'm not really sure if they have what it takes to be able to get out of this group. I definitely wouldn't say they're one of the favorites. Now, after taking a 3-year break, Tottenham Hotspurs are back in the Champions League after finishing 4th in the Premier League last season. They made some marquee signings with guys like Rich Arlson and Basuma to help improve their squad, and they just look pretty strong. Right now in the Champions League, they only sit 1 point off of first place after starting the season undefeated in 6 games with 4 wins and 2 draws. They're definitely going to be looking to make a push out of this Champions League group stage as one of the favorites. The next team is going to be Sporting from Liga de Portugal. Now, this is Sporting's 10th ever Champions League group stage appearance. They managed to get out of the group twice. However, in their 4 total legs of the round of 16, they have a combined goal difference of -16. So they've never really made that good of a run in this tournament. And they do start off pretty slow this season in their domestic campaign, currently sitting in 7th place of Liga Portugal. So the last team of Group D is going to be Marseille. Now this is going to be Marseille's third Champions League group stage over the last decade. However, in that time period, they haven't managed to be able to get out of the group stage. They finished second behind only PSG in the French league last season and have started off very strong, doing the same right now. They're tied on points at the top of the French league this year. They made a lot of summer transfers and are going to be looking to improve their depth to be able to rotate their squad for these cup tournaments. So in this group, I do think Tottenham is going to win it pretty easily. They've gotten a pretty lucky draw, and they're also just looking like a good team this season. Next, we have Marseille. Now, Marseille, I do think is going to get out of this group after starting very strong in the French league. They have a lot going for them. I like some of their transfers. And I also just think Sporting and Frankfurt have not started that strong this season. However, I do think Sporting is going to beat the first seed of this group out for the Europa League spot just because they have historically been able to be in the Champions League. A lot of their players have more experience, and Frankfurt is just not looking good in the German league at all right now. So give me Tottenham and Marseille to make the group and Sporting to make the Europa League. Starting off Group E, we have AC Milan. Now, AC Milan has historically been very good in the Champions League, going to 6 finals and winning 3 of those finals. They won the Serie A last season, 2 points above Inter Milan, and they've made some young Belgium signings this year in 19 and 21-year-old Kettelera and Vranks in order to help their midfield. And they've also signed the young American Serginho Dest. A lot of my fans are going to be familiar with him. Now we have Chelsea. Now Chelsea have made 17 out of the last 18 Champions Leagues, and they've done pretty well historically in this tournament. They finished third in the Premier League last season in order to establish themselves again in the group stage this year, and Thomas Tuchel has gone out again and spent loads of money to help find some more attacking options as well as defenders and a few midfielders this season, overpaying a lot. But again, he's buying a lot of players. However, it has not worked out fully for them because they've dropped a lot of inconsistent points this year already in the Premier League. Teams like Tottenham, Leeds, and Southampton. Next in Group E, we have RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig, this is going to be their 4th Champions League group stage in a row after they managed to win the Austrian League with ease last season. And they're going to be looking to build right where they left off. They managed to get out of the group stage last year for their first time ever, where they had to play German giants BAYERN Munich. While they held their own at the home leg 1-1, whenever they got into the German side, they did lose 1-7. So obviously they got blown out. But for a while, they were looking like they actually could contend to make a deeper run in the Champions League last season. Lastly, in Group E, we do have Dynamo Zagreb. Now, Dynamo have been able to make 9 Champions League. However, they've never managed to get out of the group stage. They won the Croatian League last year, which got them into the playoff qualification, which they managed to get out of successfully. However, even though they've started the season 7 wins, 1 draw in the Croatian League, they're going to be playing a lot tougher opponents in this group stage. So I do think after the shaky start that Chelsea has had so far in the season with trying to, figure out where some of these new guys are going to play and figuring out some of their attacking options, they're going to fall to second in this group. AC Milan is going to win this group. And then I think RB Salzburg is easily going to finish third over Dynamo in this group and manage to be able to get into the Europa League. Now, coming into Group F, very hot, we have Real Madrid. Real Madrid obviously won the Champions League last year, as well as being the most historic club in the event, going to 8 finals and winning all 8 of those Champions League. They start the season in La Liga, 4 wins, 4 games. They also won La Liga last year. Like I said, very hot team, going to be looking to keep going this season. Now, this is going to be the 4th consecutive Champions League for RB Leipzig. Now, they have done pretty well in the group stages and have even been able to make it to a semifinal. They've brought back Timo Werner from Chelsea, who did very well for them a few seasons back. However, currently in the German league, they sit just 12th place with only 1 win in 5 games and are definitely going to need to rebound if they're going to be able to push out of this group and make the knockout stages. This is going to be the 6th Champions League group stage in a row for Shakhtar, and in that time period, they've only managed to get out of the group stage once. They definitely are going to be fighting an uphill battle as all these teams in this group, on paper, have much stronger sides than them. I do believe they're going to be looking to regain that Ukrainian title rather than pushing super hard in the Champions League this year. The last team in Group F is going to be Celtic from the Scottish League. Now, this is their first time back in the Champions League in 5 years, but they are off to a very strong start. They won the Scottish League last season and currently have 6 wins in 6 games in the Scottish League this year, with their most recent win coming from historic rivals and the other giants of Scotland, Rangers, who they managed to beat 4-0. So winning this group, it is going to be Real Madrid. I think that's a very easy call. There is a little bit of a battle for second place. Like I said, RB Leipzig have not started that strong in the German league, currently sit 12th. I could see Celtic being able to take that second spot. I kind of hope they do. I do like Celtic a little bit because of Cameron Carter-Vickers, the American who plays on the team. And who knows, maybe even Shakhtar could push into that second spot, but this is how I have the group shaken out. To start off Group G, we have Manchester City. This is Manchester City's 12th group stage in the Champions League, all of which coming in a row. Now, Manchester City has been doing very well in the Premier League, obviously winning the competition last year. However, they have yet to win that Champions League trophy to finally say that they are the best club in the world, and will definitely be looking to do it this year. They've brought in Haaland, who has already got 10 goals in his first 6 games for the club. Like I said, they're going to be pushing all eyes on winning the Champions League this year for Manchester City. The next team is going to be Sevilla. Sevilla, this is their 3rd Champions League group stage in a row. Last season, they started off very hot. Even midway through the season, it looked like they were going to maybe be able to beat Real Madrid for the La Liga title. However, they ended up falling short to Barcelona and Real Madrid. They made a push in the knockout stage of the Champions League. However, over the summer transfer window, they have let go of almost their whole back line, as well as some of their midfielders, some of their attacking options. They've let go of a lot of people, haven't really brought enough in to be able to do what those players were able to do, and it shows because they currently sit in 16th place of La Liga at the time of this recording. This is going to be the 11th straight Champions League group stage for Borussia Dortmund. They finished second in the German league last year, but did fall short of the group stage in the Champions League. They continue to be on what seems like it's probably over a year injury crisis right now. They've also lost Haaland. However, with that being said, they are currently tied on points in the German league this season and are off to a very strong start. Now, to round this group off of Group G, we have Copenhagen. This is going to be a huge uphill battle for them. They haven't managed to get out of the Champions League group stage in 12 years. Although they won the Denmark League last year to be able to qualify for the playoffs and then get into the group stage this year, they currently sit in 6th place in a league that only has 12 teams, already being 8 games into the league, so obviously not the start that they want. They're going to need to focus on the league. I don't even know if they're really going to be able to put their best players who already aren't up to the likes of guys like Dortmund, Man City, and Sevilla, the rest of this group, so it's going to be very hard for this team. So to finish out Group G, I think Manchester City is going to win. Like I said, I think they're going to put all of their marbles into winning this Champions League group stage this year. Comes to a big second and third place battle against Dortmund and Sevilla, who I do think Dortmund are just going to be able to edge them out. Although they've lost Haaland, although they have a lot of injuries, like I said, they started the season very hot, whereas Sevilla are definitely on a downward slope. And then Copenhagen, I just don't really think is going to be able to compete with any of the teams above them. Starting off Group H, we have PSG. This is their 11th straight Champions League in a row. And a lot like Manchester City, they're really going to be pushing to win the Champions League. It finally showed teams that they are the best in the world, as they can easily win the French League every year, but they have not managed to win the Champions League. There are some power dynamic problems, it seems like, between some of the big guys on the team, including Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. When you have guys that good, everyone wants to be the guy. And there's a few issues right now. If they can solve that, of course, they can probably make a deep run. I'm not huge fans of PSG, but I do think they have a very solid team this season. Now we have Juventus. Used to be Italian giants, are struggling nowadays. This is their 23rd Champions League group stage. They just managed to get in this year after finishing 4th in the Serie A last season. So far in 5 games, they've already dropped points in 3 of those games. Not the strongest start for them. They're definitely going to need to rebound if they want to get out of this group. Next, we have Benfica. This is their 17th Champions League. They've never made it past the quarterfinals. However, they are going to look to change that this year. They sold their big name in Darwin Nunez, who scored 26 points in their domestic competition last year. But they have done pretty well. They've signed some new players, none being huge names, except for most of the American audience that watches my videos are going to be able to know who John Brooks is. They currently have 5 wins from 5 games in Liga Portugal this season, starting off very strong, looking to be able to make an upset in this group and get out of the group stage. This Maccabi Haifa team, not really a super heard of team. They've never been able to get out of the group stage. They won the Israeli League last year, which gave them Champions League playoff qualifications this year. And on their way, they were able to beat some good teams like Olympiacos and Slavia Prague over 2 legs in order to make it into this group stage. Going to be a huge uphill battle for them in this group. Let's see if they have what it takes to get out. So this is my prediction for the last group. Maybe a big shock in Juventus not making top 2 and getting into the knockout stages. For me, I just don't think that they've really showed a whole lot of quality so far this season. They seem very shaky, and I think Benfica is going to be able to put a lot into this Champions League group stage. Like I said, PSG is going to be pushing everything into this group stage. Maccabi Haifa, honestly, I'd be surprised if they can pick up more than a single point in this whole group. They are going to be huge underdogs to be able to get even 3rd place in this group. So now that we've covered all the groups, here's just a quick picture of the way I've ranked all the groups so far. So go ahead and take a look at that. I appreciate everyone so much for watching this video. I know it's not one of the normal videos. I usually make a lot more USMNT and American content, which is going to be the only content I am going to have for the rest of the year. I promise. I just wanted to make a quick Champions League prediction video. It was something I enjoyed doing with the Premier League prediction video. Even though it didn't get a lot of views, I did enjoy it. But I'm going to get back to the American broadcasting. I think the next video is probably going to be a selection headache, going over a lot of the problems that Greg Berhalter is going to face with who he's going to have to pick, not just calling up into camp, but also who he's going to have to start. With that being said, please leave a comment, who you agree with, what you don't agree with in this video. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all next time.